Hello Libra, welcome to your September reading. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and we are going to be using a variety of decks. It is a love reading, but it is not a typical love reading. I want you to know that right from the start. There are many people doing tarot videos here on YouTube for a more standard read of love, twin flames, soulmates, karmics, divine, masculine, feminine, all that. There's some really great readers, and I encourage you to go and find them if that's what you are seeking. My love reading for September for you, Libra, is focused on how to love yourself better, getting messages from Spirit to help you focus on where your attention should go in September to help you increase, improve your connection to yourself and to Spirit. And as I said, we're going to use a variety of decks. This is a general reading. It won't resonate for all of you. Where it does, I'm really hoping that it will help you to focus your thinking and explore your emotional reactions to situations in your life so that you are able to progress, to enjoy life more, to understand yourself better, and to feel more connected with Spirit. So, having said all of that, let me briefly tell you about our decks today. We have the Mythic Tarot. This deck is about 30 years old. I think you can find a more recent version on Amazon. I'm not sure if this version is sold anymore, but there's definitely a Mythic Tarot on Amazon that is available. We'll also be using this, which is the Illuminated Tarot by Caitlin Keegan. I'm not sure if you can get this one on Amazon. You may be able to. I think I got it at Anthropology. Then we have the Thoth Tarot. This is upside down. This is also available on Amazon. It's tarot, but it is the Aleister Crowley Golden Dawn Tarot. It's slightly different than the Rider-Waite, so we'll be looking at some different interpretations there. Then we have the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, which I'm sure you've seen on other readers' videos. And we have this deck of Oracle cards, which is the Oracle of Mystical Moments. I did want to say this Illuminated Tarot is only 52 cards, so it is like a deck of playing cards with the major arcana overlaid on certain of the suit cards. So if I could find an example for you, I'm not sure that I can easily. I tried to do this on the last video and it took me forever leafing through here to find an example for you, but in some cases we have it'll be a suit, but it will also be, so here, I guess this one is a good example. I believe this is the Nine of Clubs, and it is also the Sun card. So it's like that. There are only 52 cards, so we'll consult the book just to make sure that we're reading those properly. So we're going to go through a series of questions. Oh, and we'll use these Making Magic cards for a little bit of guidance at the very end. So let's just do a little shuffle here. We have our first 3 questions to focus, Libra. Month of September. Already the month of September. We're going to take 3 cards. We'll take them off the top if nothing jumps out. Let's see what Spirit has to offer for guidance. What does Libra need to focus on this month? What does Libra's subconscious want to say to him or her that is being ignored, that you're ignoring? Lastly, how can Libra be more true to themselves in September? Okay. So we have, let me put this deck right here. What does Libra need to focus on this month? And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Then we have, what does Libra's subconscious want to say to him or her that it is being ignored? We have the Ace of Swords. And the third question, how can Libra be more true to themselves in September? We have the Moon. So, the Queen of Pentacles is a very practical energy, and it's, about financial security. There is an aspect of the full expression of the sensual self, the physical body, earthly pleasures, and the Queen is a very secure in her position. She encourages you to focus on the fact that pleasure is an essential part of life. With the Ace of Swords, we have clarity, just an absolute, clear, sharp mind, knowledge of what is going on, a breakthrough in your thinking, so that you are having a sense that your mental powers are awakening, right? And the Moon is a beautiful, mysterious card speaking to the unconscious, to illusions, to intuition, and to finding those hidden parts of yourself. So we have first with the Queen of Pentacles, what does Libra need to focus on this month? You need to focus on your physical self, I think. You need to focus on accepting that you can be financially stable and also have an intimate life, Libra. I feel like maybe there's an imbalance. You're working too much, or you feel like you don't have time to date, or you don't have time to spend with your spouse. It all seems a bit frivolous, connecting and bonding and maybe even having a sex life. And I think that Spirit is saying you need to embody the qualities of this Queen of Pentacles. She's got her money, and she's got it going on too, right? Look at her. She just exudes sex appeal. And I think that's the message I'm hearing from Spirit here, is that you need to accept that it's okay. You have room for both, and having a physical self, having a sensual experience in life is just as important, equally important. It's not, that concept of, well, I've got too much work to do, I just don't have time to date, or I don't have time to go and hang out with my friends, I don't have time to go to the beach this weekend, I need to work. You need to reprioritize. That's the message I'm hearing here in that regard. With the Ace of Swords, this, absolute breakthrough in your mental ability, your thinking becoming even sharper than it has been. That's what falling into what your subconscious wants you to stop ignoring. So again, these are general readings. It's not going to apply to all of you, but what I'm hearing here is you're talking down yourself. You're basically saying, oh, I'm just not smart enough for that, or no, that's for people that are really just super sharp. And your subconscious is saying, hello, that's you. You have an amazing brain. You can reason and think and work through this mental process and these problems and solve them just as well as anyone else. So that's what you should stop ignoring or belittling yourself, making self-deprecating humor out of a situation. Oh, I'm not that smart, or oh, I'm such a dum-dum. Stop it. Just stop, right? This is Spirit saying, acknowledge me, acknowledge your gifts, Libra. You're smart. It's okay. You can be smart. You can be sexy. You can be wealthy. It's not a mutually exclusive game. You can do all of this, Libra. All of this can be you. Third question, how can Libra be more true to themselves? And you get the moon. And the sense I get is that, see how her face, the moon's face is always changing. And this female figure in this card, and the dog, multiple faces. So, how can you be more true to yourself? You can accept that you are smart, and you are sexy, and you are professionally successful. You are all of these things, and it's okay for you to accept that you have all of these gifts. You can appreciate them, and you can let other people see them. And I think that is the message I'm getting for those 3 questions for you from Spirit. It's saying, don't hide your light, right? There are parts of you that you're hiding. There are parts of you that you're keeping back. You're not even acknowledging to yourself how many gifts you have. And Spirit wants you to shine. Spirit wants you to integrate, to be all of who you are, and to love all of who you are. It's not an either or. That's the sense I get from this. So we have now another set of 3 questions, and we're going to use the Thoth for these 3 questions. So we're going to need 3 cards, Spirit. The questions we will be answering. What does Spirit need from me? What should Libra avoid in September? And what should Libra be grateful for? All right. Just do one more shuffle. If nothing jumps, then we will pick the top 3. Oh, that's too many. 1. All right. That is, what does Spirit need from Libra? What should Libra avoid in September? And what should Libra be grateful for in September? And how interesting, because that same card came out here in the Virgo reading, and it's the same, right? The Ace of Swords, again, is coming through. That's amazing. So, what does Spirit need from you? And it's the 3 of Discs. Works is what it is called in this deck. And we're just going to consult the specific Thoth definitions because they are a bit different. The deck is not a standard tarot deck. It has some extra cards. It's missing some other cards. It doesn't have any kings. I, for a long time, was reading it the same way that I read the other tarot, and I can't do that anymore because I know that it's not always the same anymore. So for now, we'll be consulting some little notes. But in some cases, there is quite a bit of overlap. But here we have, in the 3 of Discs, 3 of Coins, equivalent, right? We have self-development through work. You're building, you're materializing and manifesting, you're bringing creation, right? You're developing through your work new recognition of your personal talents. Then the light aspect of this card is growth, and the shadow aspect would be meaningless enthusiasm or no orientation. It is about increase of matter and crystallization of force. So I see this, I'm hearing this is a focus on work and the development of self through work. So it's lining up quite well with this, this professional. There's a focus in this card on material wealth, accumulating your material wealth through work. This is also talking about work. Spirit needs you to see your work not just as a way to pay the bills. What I sense here is that your work is a portal to understanding yourself better. So in some aspect, Libra, think about this month. What is it about my work that is helping me understand myself better? The skills that I'm building, how are they cross-applicable to other parts of my life? The next card we have is for the question of what should you avoid in September? And we have the Hermit, right? Isolation, shutting yourself away for contemplation. I'm going to look up how the Thoth guides us for this imagery, but it seems very clear that what you should not do is stay home alone this month, Libra. I see here, a strong urging for you to go out and mingle, to go out and be your sensual self, be your intellectual self, be your professionally successful self out in view of others, not hiding yourself away at home. So the purpose of this energy is to help you find truth and knowledge, to help seek yourself in your experiences. The light side being wisdom, enlightenment, not entitlement. That's quite a different concept. Enlightenment, emotional maturity, right? The shadow here can be narcissism. It can be alienation or bitterness. It is calling you to look deep within and embrace your life seriously, right? Again, with the embracing all of your gifts, going out. This is what you're getting rid of, is this isolation and this hiding. These gifts, they need to be embraced. And then we have again, a second occurrence here of the Ace of Swords. We have a breakthrough in your mental abilities. Something just starts to click and your mind is on fire. You are able to think so well. And this is in answer to what should Libra be grateful for. This is what you should be grateful for. This mental acuity, this really clear thinking that's going on right now. I think that the next one, for the next question, we have, what lessons does Libra need to work on this month? And we're going to use this Illuminated Tarot. I'm just going to shuffle 3 times and take 2 cards, one off the top, one off the bottom, unless something jumps. These ones are a little harder to shuffle. Ooh, all right, guess that one's coming out. Excuse me. Libra, your mind is on fire. Look at that. All right, so we'll take that one and we'll take the one off the bottom. So we have the Queen of Hearts. And this one is also doing double duty. I believe it is, I think it may be the Empress. And the 8 of Hearts. These are answering the question, what lesson does Libra need to work on this month? Yes, so the Queen of Hearts in this deck is also the Empress card. This is, again, this is the Illuminated Tarot by Caitlin Keegan. It's got some interesting artwork. It's about fertility, responsibility to nature. The focus here, you're creating, bringing things into the world that did not exist before, birthing them, metaphorically. possibly in a literal sense, but that's not what I'm picking up right now for you, Libra. But we have the Queen here, the Empress energy, and we have the 8, which is also the Moon. So we have 2 cards, 2 major arcana being represented here. And the 8 of Hearts, the Moon, is about subtlety, mystery, and instinct. And again, you have a second appearance of the Moon. So there are hidden parts of yourself. So your lesson that you need to work on this month, Libra, is how to integrate. I'm coming back again to that word, integrate. You need to be able to integrate the various parts of yourself, Libra, because they're all pretty stunning and pretty fantastic. And it's not meant to be hidden anymore. You need to find a way to be comfortable sharing your gifts, acknowledging your gifts, not downplaying your gifts. That is the message there with your lesson for the month, is this Empress energy and the Moon appearing a second time, just like the Ace of Swords appeared a second time. It really wants, the 8 of Cups, which is not what this is, but the hearts are the cups, the water, the emotion, the intuition suit in this deck. And the Moon is the energy that's focused on mostly, but the 8 of Cups is about accepting where things need to be let go to some extent. And I think this lesson for you for September is about letting go of that hidden nature. You've been hiding your full light in some way. There's something about you downplaying yourself that Spirit wants you to reconsider, to think about different ways that you might integrate your physical self, your professional self, your intellectual self, your heart, which is coming through with these heart cards, the cup cards that aren't previously showing up. It's about connecting with Spirit and with your soul, because that connection will support you as you move into this slightly scary territory of coming out of the hiding spot and embracing who you are. The next question is, what needs to be let go in order to love yourself more? And I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck for that. I'm going to shuffle 3 times. If something comes out, we'll take it. If not, we will take the card on the bottom. What needs to be let go in September for Libra? What does Libra need to let go of in September in order to love themselves more? Take the one off the bottom. It is Tarantula. Hopefully that's not going to freak anyone out. So the Tarantula. The Tarantula card is showing up here. And it is Earth. This triangle here. It's the alchemical symbol for Earth. And what needs to be let go in order to love yourself more, Libra? I am just not a fan of spiders. It's a little hard for me to look at this card. I hope that it's not bothering anyone. It's ridiculous and archaic fear in the human mind of insects. The tarantula card means you're at a crossroads. And you are stepping toward claiming your life's purpose. So what needs to be let go is any hesitation or over-intellectualization, right? We've already established you have a really sharp mind, Libra. And what Spirit is saying you need to let go is that sort of over-intellectualizing that makes you refuse to listen to your intuition. You might not feel like intuition has the same level of value as intellectual analysis. And what Spirit is saying is, it's not either or. Again, it's not either or, Libra. It's a whole package. And you need to be in touch with your intellectual side, of course, but not to the exclusion of your intuition. This tarantula energy encourages you to get more in touch with your intuition and to let go of that mental block you have that's telling you that it isn't as valuable, that there are parts of you that are less than, that don't matter as much as your ability to think sharply, to achieve professionally. This whole month, Libra, is seeming like a time, such a valuable time for you to get in touch with the fact that you are multidimensional. You are not one thing. You are not just what others find value in. You are not just what makes money for your employer. You are not just the intellectual side of you that is able to reason out that spreadsheet and close that deal. You are a sensual being, you are an emotional being, and you are an intellectual being who totally kicks ass at work, right? You can be all of those things, Libra. Absolutely. And Spirit is saying, trust yourself. Feel that in you. You know. You have this amazing ability to be intuitive, and you're not letting yourself because you think it's ridiculous. You think it doesn't matter. What matters is this. And Spirit is saying, hold up. This matters. This compassionate energy, this creation, this ability to create and to bring new ideas and new experiences to those around you. All of this matters, including your intuition. So get in touch with your intuition and let go of the hiding. Let go of the over-intellectualizing that you may have fallen prey to. So we have one more question. We have two more questions, actually. How can Libra best support him or herself in September? And I'm going to use this deck for that. I'm going to shuffle 3 times. I'll take the one on the bottom. I'm really liking your reading, Libra. It's going to be a great month for you. There might be a little bit of trepidation about bringing parts of yourself out in the open. You might feel like it's an impossible thing to stop criticizing yourself all the time. One day at a time, right? That is how we change. That is how we grow. That is how we shift our habits and our patterns. Tell yourself you love yourself. Tell yourself that you are a boss, right? You've got it going on. You've got everything in you that you need to be amazing every day, okay? So our card from this oracle deck, let me find my little book again. Oracle of Mystical Moments. by Katrin Wells Stein. You have Protective Nest, number 25. And this is answering our question to Spirit: how can Libra best support him or herself in September? This will be interesting to read because we already had this from what you needed to let go was that Hermit, right? And my initial thought in seeing Protective Nest is you need to go cocoon somewhere. So let's see what the reading is, because that would be quite counter to what Spirit told us earlier. So Protective Nest is nature, motherhood, protector, incubator. Okay, so it's not a hermit energy at all. It's more in line with that Empress energy that we saw earlier. Focus. Well, it's not going to do what I want it to do, so we'll leave it here. I'm just going to read you what it says in the little book. Belying her serene expression, this woman is hatching more than just creative thoughts. She is a mother, creator of all. The giant's bird's nest on her head holds 3 eggs, and an older bird already born into the world. Under her skirt, there is a glimpse of a large egg that is symbolizing motherhood. That Empress energy is strong with this card. And again, it doesn't need to be literal motherhood, figurative motherhood, right? I cannot get it to focus properly. It's disturbing me because I want you to see the imagery. They're talking about the bird and the nest. Yeah, so this card is symbolizing motherhood, protection of children, how children develop under a mother's care. Be aware of how your actions or words can affect a fledgling soul. So what I am seeing here, how best can Libra support themselves in September? And the answer is, be your own mother, right? This is new. This is a fledgling pursuit for you. Integrating all of your parts and showing them to the world. It's a little scary. And when we're in a situation that's a little bit scary, it's really great to have that mother energy, that stereotypical mother energy, whether your mother was nurturing in that way or not, that archetype of motherhood and nurturing, that protective kind of, my wings are around you, I've got you, you're safe, venture out, little bird, right? This is how you support yourself best, Libra, is by giving yourself that nurturing, reassuring support, by letting Spirit help you, by letting Spirit wrap itself around you and support you as you make these changes. And that's quite beautiful. The last thing I'm going to pull for you, one last little card here, these Making Magic cards, for some spiritual guidance from Spirit for Libra for September. Just one card, Spirit, for Libra for September, or 2 if you prefer, Spirit. We have Earth. Ask the element of Earth for grounding, stability, strength in times of chaos. So this isn't necessarily chaos, right? But this is quite a bit of changing potentially going on as you become comfortable with it. And it is perhaps good to ground yourself and to ask for the Earth to support you. The Spirit, the grounded, stable, earthy qualities of Spirit. And this is quite a nice one. One enchanted evening. The perfect night. So whatever that is for you, right? Whatever that is for you. I can't get it to focus again here. Whatever that is for you. I'm going to just hold this up. These have these symbols, and if you recreate them And maybe a nice little focus spot for you. All right, Libra, I'm really excited for you. I think it's going to be a great month. You have so many talents, so many abilities. You have so many different faces of who you are. And the clear invitation for you, Libra, this month from Spirit is to integrate and to accept and to embrace and to celebrate every aspect of who you are. It's quite a nice thing. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate that. If you feel moved to like, share, subscribe, we would be so grateful for that. I'd like to add more people to the tribe as we grow. And we will be doing the weeklies, the short weekly videos. We'll be doing the monthlies that are longer like this. This month's focus is on how to love yourself better, but next month might be different as the Spirit calls. I wish you a wonderful month of September, and I send you blessings.